Hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial by Zebra Code. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to import large CSV data into PostgreSQL database table. We can do this with the PostgreSQL Shell as the CLI, or use the Postgres PG for admin GUI to do it. But in this tutorial, I am going to be using the PostgreSQL Shell, that is the CLI. We will use the PostgreSQL copy command to do this. In the process, we will create a table in our database and load data into the table with PostgreSQL copy command. But before we do that, why do you do that? Or why would you use the PostgreSQL Shell to load data into a table? The reason for that can be because the size of our data may be too large for us to type in or enter manually. So, to save time, we may want to load our data into our database table all at once. I will show you an example here. I have a folder here and it is on my desktop. Inside the folder, I have a CSV file and I named it visitors.csv. I'm going to open it in Notepad. This CSV file has 1000 list of contact people. Although this file is too large to type in manually, one can also say that it is small because you may want to use the PostgreSQL Shell, that is the command line, to load data that is some megabytes or gigabytes in size. Your data may be way much bigger than this. The file has 1000 contacts and these are the column names: ID, first name, last name, email, gender, and IP address. I will create a table that will follow this structure. Now, I am going to open the PostgreSQL Shell. Scroll to PostgreSQL. PostgreSQL SQL Shell. Great. Now I'm going to log in. Server, hit enter. Database, hit enter. Port, hit enter. Username, hit enter. Now I will enter my password. First, I will check the databases that I have on the server. /list. Great. Now it shows that I have some databases on the server. I will be using this one that I named transport. I created it earlier, so I need to change to that database. /c, then the name of the database, transport. Hit enter. Great. Now I am connected to that database. Let me move this one up a bit. First, I'm going to check the tables that I have in this database at the moment. /dt. Great. It shows that I have 2 tables in it already. Now, I am going to create a table based on the structure of the CSV file that we just saw. See here, create table, create table if not exist, contacts, ID voucher 15, comma, First underscore name varchar 30, comma, last underscore name varchar, comma, email varchar 40, comma, gender varchar 16, IP underscore address varchar 15, and close the bracket, semicolon. Now we hit enter. Great. It says here create table. Now let's check our database table to see the tables in it. \dt semicolon, hit enter. Exactly, here I have a new table here and it says contacts. Now we have successfully created the database table. This time, let's import our data into the database table with the PostgreSQL copy command. In other words, we will use the PostgreSQL copy command to import that CSV file into this database table. There are different ways we can run this command. I will show you the different ways. Before I do that, let me open the file again. Here we have the first row as the column header names. We can import it with these header names. We can also import it without these header names. So let's try both ways. I will minimize this one again. Now I am going to enter the PostgreSQL copy query. Copy. Now the name of the table that we want to load data into. In our case here, it is contacts, which is this one here, and from single quote, single quote. Now we need to pass the location of the path that we are going to copy data from. You can type it up here or copy it from where it is. Let me copy it from the folder. The visitors.csv file is in this folder, so I will just copy it here. And I will paste it here. Then add the name of the file, / visitors.csv space, header, delimiter, single quote. In between the single quote, we will put a comma here because it is a CSV file, space CSV. This is the command here, copy contacts from, then this part, header delimiter. Before I run this command, let me quickly explain something to you here. If I run it this way now, I will get an error message. The error message may be related to permission issues. So to avoid that, we have to put a / before the copy command. So it should be / copy. Some environment may allow you to add a semicolon at the end of it. Some may not allow you to add a semicolon. So I will remove a semicolon here, and now I will hit enter. Great. Here now it says copy 1000. What that means is 1000 rows have been copied and the header column has been omitted. Let me open the file again. This is the file. It has 1000 contacts. With this header file column, it will be 1001 contacts. Now with that command, this row is omitted. And that is why it says here copy 1000. Before I check the rows, I'm going to copy this one because I will need it again. Copy. Now let's check our database table. I will enter this command, select star, that's everything from contacts, hit enter. Great. Now it shows the rows in the database table. It shows now the rows in the table. Let me expand this one a bit so that we can see more of it. Now I have ID, column, first name, last name, email, gender, and IP address. Here it shows more. To see more, I hit enter, 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 and it shows more results until it gets to the final row. So this is the command we use now to copy the CSV file into our database table. And with this command, the first row was omitted. Now I'm going to use another method. Let me move this one up a bit. Okay. Now I am going to use another method to load data into the database table. And this method will include the column header. Let me show you the file again. Now the new method I'm going to use will include these column headers. To do that, I will first truncate this table, that is empty it, before I import the data again. Now let me move this one up a bit. I will first of all run this command, truncate table, the name of the table, contacts, semicolon, hit enter. Great. It says truncate table. What truncate does is it empties the table, it deletes all the content of the table. It doesn't delete the table, so the table structure is still there. Now let's check that. I will say here /dt, hit enter. Great. Contacts table is still here. Now let's show the content of the contacts table by using the select feature. Select star, everything from contacts, semicolon, hit enter. Exactly. It shows here 0 rows, which means there are no rows in this table, but the structure is still the same. ID, first name, last name, email, gender, and IP address. Now let's use another method to load the CSV file with the column header names. Let me move this one up a bit. Now I am going to paste the command that I ran earlier and modify it. Yes, /copy contacts from, this is the path to the file. Now I will modify this part of it. Now it will be delimiter space single quote comma single quote space CSV. With this command, everything in the CSV file will be imported into the database table. That will also include the table column headers. Now I'm going to run it, hit enter. Exactly. Here it says copy 1001. The extra one there is for the column headers. Now let's select the data in our database table. Select star from contacts, semicolon, hit enter. Great. Now we have here ID, first name, last name, email, gender, IP address. And here we also have ID, first name, last name, email, gender, and IP underscore address. So it depends on your use case. If you need to import everything, you use this command. If you don't need to import everything, you can use the first command. One other way we can do it is to use the with format feature. And to do that, we can delete this one here if we want. I will delete it, save it. So the column headers are not here anymore. Now I will minimize this. and I'm going to truncate the table before I import it again. Truncate table, contacts, semicolon, hit enter. Here it says truncate table. Let me move this one up a bit. Now if we say select star from contacts, semicolon, hit enter, great. It says here 0 rows. The table is empty, but the structure remains. Now I will paste that same command here and modify it. This time I will say width space bracket format CSV. So this command is \copy contacts, that is the table we are copying to from. This is where we are copying from, that is the path to the CSV file. Now we are adding this one here, width bracket format CSV bracket close, semicolon. Now I will hit enter. Great. Here it says copy 100, which means everything in the file was copied. Let's quickly show it again. Select star from contacts, semicolon, hit enter. Great. Everything is in the database table, and this time around we have the column headers here, but not inside the report or inside the results. So this video was to show you how to import or load data into PostgreSQL table using the copy feature of PostgreSQL. There are different ways to do it. We can use PostgreSQL Shell or the Postgres pgadmin for graphical user interface. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye for now.